Alcatraz. We're going to go ahead and go around the island. We'll take a look at some of the historic structures that visitors during the day don't get to take a real close look at. And in just a few minutes, we'll be there at the dock, ready to begin our walking tours up to the former federal prison. And then once inside the penitentiary, you'll take the cell house audio tour. And then following the audio tour, there's a number of programs and demonstrations that you can take part in tonight. You can pick and choose what interests you. And keep in mind that there are 2 departures this evening. First departure is at 8:40, and the second departure is at 9:25. And you may leave on either departure.
Can live there.
Before I can begin to tell you a little bit about the island, I do have some important safety information for you. Alcatraz City Cruises vessels around the island in what the Army nicknamed the Ring of Fire on San Francisco. The lighthouse that you see at the top of Alcatraz, that's actually the second lighthouse built on the island. The first lighthouse, completed in 1854.
What do you think of it?
That's awesome.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And the one you see there today is its 19th.
Finally get to see Alcatraz.
When the Army
Playing
built
some
their
Call of Duty
military
zombies on
prison
here.
cell house at the top of Alcatraz, they realized that the new building was much too tall for the original lighthouse. So they built this new lighthouse in 1809. As we head around the north end of Alcatraz, this is the industrial side of the island. You see this
Look how eroded it looks.
building here? That's called the New Industries. Built during World War II by the Federal Bureau of Prisons, Alcatraz federal inmates did a lot of different jobs to help.
Man, that's
the war
freaking
effort
awesome.
during World War II.
Checking out Alcatraz.
Manufactured cargo
cool.
nets for the United States Navy. Steel jacket, the nation's first Supermax federal prison facility. And it was really a prototype for today's federal Supermax facility at Florence, Colorado, called the Alcatraz of the Rockies.
Golden Gate Bridge.
Alcatraz was the first of its kind. Real small population, only about 260 prisoners at any one time. And a special ratio, 1 officer for every 3 inmates. Maximum security, minimum privilege.
It was only open 29 years.
And even with all of this security, there were still a number of escape attempts. In fact, 36 prisoners tried to escape the island.
36.
And in 1937, 2 inmates, Ralph Rowe and Ted Cole, escaped out of this building along the end of the island, the old Model Industries building. They cut through a pair of window bars and went down the cliffside you see there. What you don't see is the tall chain link fence with barbed wire on the top. Ralph Rowe had a big wrench and he broke part of the chain link fence. And he and Ted Cole went down to the water's edge. They swam out into the fog with oil cans for flotation devices in their uniforms. Ralph Rowe and Ted Cole are 2 of 5 inmates that are officially missing from Alcatraz. These men disappeared into the fog on one of the foggiest days recorded up to that point by the Lighthouse
podcast. We got our facts.
In 1962, Frank Morris and 2 brothers, John and Clarence Anglin, escaped from their cells and from the island.
Oh no!
And in just a little while, you're going to see the original holes that these men dug out in the backs of their cells.
That's cool.
So 5 prisoners missing. And as we approach the
same door the men who were incarcerated would enter. And that's that same door you would exit on average 7 or 8 years later. So at the end of our walk at the top of the rock, and we're going to make a couple stops along the way, and each time we do move, we're going to follow the tram. We're going to let the tram lead the way. But at our last climb, we're going to be climbing the last part of the hill and enter the main prison entrance.
Checking out the inside of Alcatraz. Break the rules and you go to prison. Break the rules and you go to Alcatraz. Break the prison rules. Inmates arrived on the rock, handcuffed and shackled, some defiant, some resigned. Upon entering the cell houses, fresh fish submitted to a thorough search for contraband such as weapons and narcotics. Look at their bedding. You got pillows. Yeah, this would be cozy to sleep for the night. You want to sleep there for the night? What do you think?
Yes.
I wouldn't mind Airbnb in this place for a night. I remember this scene from Call of Duty Zombies. Using the electric traps. Pretty cool. Oh, this is cool. We're actually going to do the audio tour with the actual inmate and an old guard that used to be here back in the 60s. It's pretty cool. They're small cells. Kind of cozy, isn't it? Little toilet and sink. Sit down right there. This is cool. They had a handball court here. They played bridge out here in the yard. Dominoes instead of cards. Oh, we don't want to go to isolation. Someone said it'd be fun to be a prisoner. You can actually go in the cell. Look at this. Imagine living in this thing.
Floors are good.
Probably corroded, huh? I'm a prisoner in Alcatraz.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Library. Ooh. Oh, I just got the library. So I got the library one just now, my audio guided tour. If you had reading privileges, you could get to approved magazines. Appropriate ones, probably. Nothing violent, probably. Where's all the books at, man? Turn right.
You should turn left.
That's definitely a home.
I'm
A sunny area.
Checkers.
Chess, checkers. You went right through that wall right there. Another one.
Right there.
You use spoons to get through that.
That's where they escaped. They used a spoon. They scraped it with a spoon. They made a hole.
Can you believe they got through there with a spoon?
That's where they escaped. With a spoon.
Wow. That's crazy. Now we're in the dining hall.
Yeah, no. Yeah. As you want on that.
200 plus men eating a meal at the same time with knives and forks 3 times a day in here.
Tear gas. It had something about tear gas. Let me know when you get to the tear gas.
It's the menu, the original menu from 1963. They outlined the knives so I could tell if they were missing. Wow, that's cool. This is the old kitchen. All right, the Alcatraz night tour. It's been freaking awesome so far. We did the audio, went through the whole prison. I think it was worth it. It was about $65 a person or so, plus fees. And now we got a great view of the city. And we're right by the lighthouse. It's pretty cool. Cold up here. March 30th, 2023. But this is beautiful. Little seagulls. San Francisco. And there's the Golden Gate Bridge over there. Man, that's beautiful. What do you think of it, Alex? It's pretty at night, huh?
Beautiful.
You like it?
Yeah, I love it.
How much do you love it? Was it worth it?
Definitely.
You get to see all the history of the prisoners, some of the guards that worked here. That's freaking cool, man. I like that. They closed the doors in 1963 as a federal prison. Learned a lot of history about it. I would recommend the tour. It's awesome.